Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Jimbo. What's up? Outside today, right? It's a beautiful day. I'm down here at Safe Harbor Park along the Conestoga River. It's probably about maybe a half mile to where this runs. Conestoga River comes down through Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, and we're about a half a mile from where we run into the Susquehanna River. So I'm not live today because I don't have any internet service, right? So that's pretty cool, you know, still here but still lost, right? Big town, small city. And it's funny because our nugget today, we're doing this enemy called average. So I'm gonna record this video and then I'll post it once I get up the hill because I got internet up there. So enemy called average, John L. Mason. We got 52 nuggets we've been doing here through November and December, and it's actually going to roll into January. So because I've been slacking and not catching up with you every day, but we'll do it here. I'll stop up the hill once I get up into Conestoga, and we'll get it online for you. But Nugget 29 says everything big starts with something little, and I think my phone's ringing again. My phone rings all the time. Yeah, I missed it. Whatever. Everything big starts with something little. Nugget number 29 says all of God's great people in the Bible were faithful in the small things. And again, this is just talking to me, man. It relates to a project that I'm working on. Who knew, right? But it's amazing how when you're on the right track and doing what God wants you to do with your life, just he tells you, he gives you these little nuggies, you know, like these little nuggies in this book. I couldn't have set it all up, right? I ain't that smart. I'm really not. But anyhow, all of God's great people in the Bible were faithful in the small things. In Matthew 25, Jesus told the parable of the talents. In it, he referred to the one servant who had taken his master's money and multiplied it. In verse 23, his master said to that man, "Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord." In Zechariah 4:10, the Lord asked the prophet, "For who hath despised the day of small things?" There is a powerful principle in taking small steps. For who hath despised the day of small things? And this is in bold. Many people are not moving with God today simply because they are not willing to take the small steps he placed before them. You know, everyone wants to get rich quick. Everyone wants to come out of the chute making $50 an hour. Everyone wants to have the nicest car. Everyone wants to have the biggest house. And not everyone, I'm sorry. You know, but I see a lot of that going on around me, you know? So it takes time, man. You gotta like, I'm about motivation and mentoring and all that stuff. And in secular society, they say, you gotta work 10,000 hours at your craft to become a pro. Now you do the math, that's a long time, 10,000 hours. I don't know how many, I don't know how long that is, but it's probably not as long as we think it is. But you gotta take the small steps to get the big prize, right? No matter what that is. You know, you gotta date the girl before you can marry her. Right? You gotta work the job before you get the promotion. You gotta start small and build big, right? Everything big starts with something little. Many people are not moving with God today simply because they were not willing to take the small steps he placed before them. Instant gratification. If you have received a call into any particular area, you should leap at the opportunity, no matter how small, to move in the direction which the Lord has called you. If you are called to be a youth pastor and are sitting at home waiting for an invitation from some large church, you should know that it will never come. You need to find the first young person you can, put your arm around him or her, and begin to minister to them. Don't be afraid to take small steps. The Bible promises us that if we are faithful in small matters, one day we will be rulers over many larger things. My wife posted something up, you know, God doesn't align your dream with your budget. You got to have faith, right? Here in bold again, it says the impossible many times is just simply the untried. I can remember a time in my life when I was literally frozen with fear at what God had called me to do. It seemed so huge a task that I was unable to bring myself to face it. A friend came to me and spoke 2 words that broke that paralysis in my life. He said simply, "Do something." If you are at a point of paralysis in your life because of what God wants you to do, the word for you today is, it's 2 words, do something. I like to say, do it now, do it now, do it now, right? Do it now, okay? Don't worry about the goal. Just take the steps that take you past the starting point, and soon you'll get to a point of no return. As you climb higher, you'll be able to see much further. I'm down in the valley here, but if I was up on the mountain, I could see far, right? In bold, again, it says we should all learn to grow wherever we're planted. As you begin, don't be afraid. Eric Hoffer said, fear of becoming a has-been keeps some people from becoming anything. Every great idea is impossible from where you are starting today, but little goals add up, and they add up rapidly. Most people don't succeed because they are too afraid even to try. They don't begin because of that old fear of failure. Many times the final goal seems so unreachable that it keeps us from even making an effort. But once you've made your decision and have started, you are more than halfway there. God will begin with you today, no matter what your circumstances. Just think how thankful you would be if you lost everything you have right now and then got it all back again. Wouldn't you be ready to go? Choose to think eternally, but act daily. All right, so that's it. That's nugget number 29. All right. Don't let the little things keep you from the big things, all right? You just heard it all there. It was a pretty long one. So anyhow, we'll try and be back tomorrow. Nugget number 30, a chip on the shoulder weighs a ton, so we'll have to see what that's all about. I love you guys. Get outdoors and do something, man. You know, winter's coming, but so what? Go outside. Like it rained all this year. You still got to go out and do it, right? Just do it. Get outside. Love you later. Have an awesome day.